When I first met Cooper, it was at a local animal shelter. I wasn't really planning on getting a dog that day, but something about him just drew me in. He wasn't like the other puppies at the shelter. He was quiet, almost contemplative. He seemed to carry a weight beyond his tiny size. No wild barking, no jumping, no frantic energy, no eager tail wags, no desperate pleas for attention. He was just still, just a little golden pup, a ball of fluff amidst the chaos. He was holding tight to this faded blue baby blanket. It was tattered and worn, clearly loved. The staff told me he cried without it. They said it was the only thing that seemed to comfort him. I didn't understand, not at first. What could a little blanket mean to a puppy? But when I picked him up, he was so small and fragile in my arms. They tucked that blanket under his chin, and he immediately snuggled into it. It was like it was a piece of his heart, a tangible representation of security and love. That's when I knew I had to take him home. As Cooper grew up in our family, that little blue blanket remained a constant. That blanket became his world, his safe haven, his most prized possession. It was more than just a piece of fabric. It was a part of him. He'd drag it from room to room wherever he went. The blanket went too. Sometimes with a proud little trot, as if showing off his beloved treasure. And sometimes just sleepily nudging it along, half asleep, just needing it close. On stormy nights, when thunder shook the windows and lightning lit up the sky, he was always scared. He would curl up with it, nose buried deep in the soft folds, seeking refuge from the storm. And I'd sit beside him, running my hand along his back, trying to reassure him that everything was all right. That blanket smelled like comfort, like safety, like home. Like the first hands that ever held him, offering warmth and protection. It was a scent I came to associate with peace and unconditional love. The years, though, they pass faster than you expect, especially when you're watching a beloved pet grow older. Cooper's muzzle turned gray, a testament to the time we shared. His steps slowed, each one a little more labored than the last. He didn't chase squirrels or leap for treats like before. His energy had waned, but his love remained as strong as ever. But every morning, without fail, there it was. His old blue blanket, his constant companion, tucked under his chin or draped across his belly, always within reach. It was a familiar sight, a comforting ritual. Some days it seemed like the blanket was holding him up, providing support and warmth. When his tired legs couldn't, when his old body ached, it was his anchor, his solace. I remember one quiet morning, not long ago. The sunlight spilled onto the rug, gentle and warm, creating a peaceful glow. It was a beautiful, serene scene. Cooper didn't get up, didn't greet us with his usual morning stretch. He just looked at us, eyes soft and tired, full of a quiet understanding. We gathered around him, our hearts heavy with unspoken words, wrapped him gently in his blue blanket, his faithful companion until the very end, like we were giving him one last hug, a final expression of our love and gratitude. He slipped away, peaceful and loved, surrounded by his family, wrapped in the same comfort he'd carried his whole life, the blanket that had been his constant source of security. Now, that blanket sits folded on the old couch, a silent reminder of our beloved Cooper. We never washed it, and I don't think we ever will. Couldn't bring ourselves to do it. It felt like washing away a part of him. It still holds Cooper's fur, his scent, the essence of his being. The memory of his whole story, etched into the fibers of that old blue blanket. On quiet days, I find myself touching the fabric, running my fingers over the worn patches, missing the weight of his head on my knee, the warmth of his body beside me. And I remember the little dog who loved his blanket, the puppy who found comfort in its familiar touch, and the family who loved him even more, cherishing every moment, every memory, every thread of his story. He may be gone, but he will never be forgotten.